Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about the Anupama series guys, and we'll be talking about quite an interesting episode that will be going down in the Anupama series pretty very soon. Guys, it is quite an interesting episode coming, so please don't go anywhere. Watch the video to the very end to find out what is about to befall the Shah's family right now. But before I continue to the video guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Dolly blaming Aadhya for Dimpy's condition. Then Minu and Kinjal ask Dolly to leave Aadhya. Dolly goes on blaming Aadhya, while Anupama is about to say when Ba says if anything happens to Dimpy, then I will not leave you. Dolly says pray to God that nothing happens to her, else you will not be spared. Anupama says leave Aadhya. Then Aadhya runs to Anupama and tells her that she is not guilty. Dolly says I saw her pushing Dimpy into the fire, but then Aadhya says she is lying, I didn't do it. She faints and falls on Anupama. Then Dolly says she is acting. Paki says now she will say that she got panic attack, while Anupama warns everyone and says don't try to touch my daughter. I trust my daughter fully and she can't do this. I trust her fully even if nobody trusts her, and says everyone's mouth shall be closed. She says open the mouth to pray for Dimpy. She asks them not to open the mouth to say nonsense. Bala and Saga then take Aadhya inside. Wild Ba cries and tells that Havan fire has ruined their family. Dolly says mistake is of Aadhya, while Ba says maybe it's a mistake. Dolly asks if I'm lying. Then Paki says you shall not take mommy's side. Dolly blames Aadhya and says she will not take Anupama's side, while Toshu says Dimpy is near death and you are saying this. Paki feels pity on Anj, while Ba says first we lost the Shah's house. Vanraj eloped. We lost a rented house and now this. She says whenever we left Krishna Gunj's house, short things happened. She prays asking God to do some miracle, that Dimpy gets fine. Vanra returns and they return to their house. Else, take her life now itself. In another sense, the doctor checks Aadhya and says she is very scared and says old trauma has triggered. And Pamela recalls Aadhya getting panic attacks in the past. Then the doctor leaves, while Anupama says what to do, whom to make understand that Dimpy is fighting with death and here Aadhya is. Anj is scared about his mommy, what to tell to Tabish. She then says Anuj and Babuji are not here, how to handle everything. Kinja and Minu ask her to handle herself, while Saga says we all need you. Kinja asks her to have strength, then Anupama says with whom to fight. She asks, didn't you see how they were blaming Aadhya? She's a small girl, she gets angry but doesn't push anyone like this. Kinja says why Dolly is doing this. Minu says she is angry as Mami supported us. Anupama says she shall not do this with the girl. Then Saga says we shall think what to do, while Anupama says I know that my daughter didn't do anything, and says they might have argued but my choti can't hurt anyone intentionally. It was an accident. She says I will not accept even if God comes and says, then who is Dolly? She says I tried calling Anuj but his number is unreachable. While Saga says even I tried. And Pama says Babuji. Minu says he didn't know. Then Kinja asks her to be with Aadhya and says she will be with Anj and the kids. Paru is in shock, then Anj worries for Dimpy and Aadhya. While Mahi says we will pray for your mama, Anj then says daddy left me and now mommy. And Pama worries that Anu's phone is off, and then she thinks if he comes to know then he will be shattered, and thinks to wait for him to come back. While Dolly and Paki look at Anupama and tell that she didn't go to the hospital and stayed with her daughter. Anupama prays for Dimpy, while Toshu thinks how will we take mommy's signs on this paper. Paki comes there and says she is worried for Dimpy and says just as she recovers we will talk to mommy. Dolly then says how can a mother do this with her own kids? Then Toshi asks them to file a police complaint against Aadhya. He says he is feeling bad for Dimpy and angry on Aadhya. While Paki says if anything happens to Dimpy, then what will happen with Ange? Toshi says Aadhya shall be punished, while Tabrish is not in the condition to take action and says Aadhya has done a crime and she can target us also. He says Mommy will say the same again and will defend Aadhya. Dolly then says I will send her daughter to jail for separating me with my daughter. While Paki then says Mommy had thrown me out, now her daughter will be out. While in the other hand, Anupama continues to pray for Dimpy, and then Ange comes to her and says Mommy and Phil will leave me. Anupama says no and says God listens to the kids and asks him to pray. Pari, Ishu and Mahi comes there, and then Anupama asks them to come. They all come to Anupama, and then Anupama sings a song and makes them sleep. Titi looks at Dimpy through the window pane and cries. While India, Toshu and others hear the lullaby while Anupama sings for the kids. Dolly and Paki execute their plan and talk to someone on the call. Anupama then says neither messages are going nor calls and worries for Anuj. She then gets a call and shouts no. Everyone then comes there and asks what happened. Anupama cries badly. Kinja then asks her to say. Anupama says Dimpy. Everyone cries. While Aadhya writes sorry Bahi. Whatever happened, I am really sorry. She says I didn't push you, but I should have controlled my anger. She says she will never get angry or will never react even if she instigates her. She thinks to say sorry to Dimpy. While Ange comes to Tito and asks where is Mommy? He asks him to say. Then Minu says Papa was awake all night, let him rest. Ange asks who made him stand like a statue. He asks Minu to make a video call to Mommy. While Nandita says we will make you talk to her later. Ange says I want to talk now itself. Minu then asks him to drink milk and then she will make him talk to her. While Titu puts a bucket on himself. In Anuj scene, Anuj reaches the hotel and thinks there was no signal in the train and now the phone battery is discharged. He puts the phone on charging and looks outside through the window. He says he will bring them here to see the place. While back at home, everyone is crying and mourning Dimpy's death. Kinja comes to Anupama and says what will we tell Ange? She says how are we going to make him understand that his mother, our Dimpy, has gone out of this world? Ba says first Sama and then Dimpy went. She says the doctor didn't even give us a chance to see her. She was badly burned that they have done her last rites. Dolly says her age is less. While Tito comes inside and breaks down into tears. Ange comes there and calls Papa. He then asks what happened to my mommy. Why she didn't come home? Will she be fine? Anupama then cries profusely. Wow! Seriously, this is a sad moment for the family. Dimpy's death, seriously, is coming with a lot. At first, they were accusing Aadhya of the incident that happened, that Aadhya pushed Dimpy into the fire and she was burned. But regardless, we still know that there are some plans by Dolly and Paki in this. So guys, please drop what you think about this episode on the comment section. And as you do that guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget guys to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, that will be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys and I'll see you guys on my next video.